Hello everybody, welcome back to the Joel Helmy Show Monthly Haul Check-in for June of 2020. Hey, you there! I want to remind everybody that if you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. And right now, YouTube says that over 90% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so it would really help, and with that... Hello everybody, I'm Joel Helmy, your guys' host for another great episode of the Joel Helmy Show series, the monthly haul. This is the check-in for June of 2020. Now, today's video, for those of you that are new to the channel, like many, due to the channel currently growing at a substantial rate compared to any time in the history of the channel. The monthly haul is a series that I do here on the Joel Helmy Show, where I take a look at all the interesting things that have gone in the recent month, starting with things from thrift stores and swap meet. Swap meet is sort of like a thrift store, but it's outdoors and you get to sell your own things rather than donating. And then I will go over things from retail stores, online shopping, and special occasions such as my birthday, Christmas, and occasionally smaller holidays such as Easter. And then today I don't have a special occasion, but I do have some things that my dad brought back from his trip to England that he brought back, which is something that I usually don't do because things that family members or just people give me, I usually don't feature. But there are some pretty special things that were given to me, so I want to show them in today's video. But considering that with the worldwide pandemic that is still going on and lockdowns still happening in my current location, I haven't actually been able to go to any thrift stores or swap meets, considering that smaller things like that have been still shut down and I can't go to. But I do have things from retail stores, so let's go ahead and get started with some small things. I don't really remember what I got first and what I got last, but I'm just gonna sort of pick stuff up. But anyway, the first thing here is a small Lego set. This is Lego City Set 60251, the monster truck, which I did get the review up on this not too long ago. The review is already public. It was posted as part of last week's set of videos, so if you want to check it out, this video has gone public. It's following the same guidelines as my recent review videos, of course. And then the next set of things is actually a little bit more, something that I actually don't really feature much on the channel anymore. It's some Hot Wheels. These are ones that I was just sort of picked up because I thought they looked cool. It's not because I'm getting back into the hobby or anything like that. But we got this one. This is a Hot Wheels car of Thomas. This is called Locomotion. I don't know what that's supposed to say. But it's the 75-year anniversary car from Hot Wheels to celebrate 75 years of Thomas and Friends. And as you can see, did a special sort of thing there. I don't really think it looks too amazing, considering that Thomas is sort of supposed to be like a small little innocent small steam engine, and they turned him into like some big fast supercar looking thing. But anyhow, we have that one. Of course, these were just $1, and then we have two of this car. This is the carburetor, which is a carbonation, which is like the bubbles and soda and stuff like that, in case you don't know. But we have two of this car. This is a special one that I picked up because I believe one of the New Year special edition cars was actually the carbonator, and I wanted to pick this one up because, and since I have a couple of different variations of the carbonator, I like to collect different variants of the car, and unfortunately I got two of them, so I can actually open one of them. Looks like this one is in a slightly worse condition. But either way, I picked this one up just because I thought it looked cool, and I already had versions of this. But as you can see, if you've never seen this Hot Wheels car, it does actually have a bottle opener on the back. So if you wanted to, you could actually pop a bottle with this if you wanted. Obviously, I don't drink. I'm underage. But if you wanted to, I guess. Anyway, we got two of those guys. And then the last one, because I love collecting Mustang-related things, I got another Mustang. This is just called the 2005 Ford Mustang. I don't know why I said 2004, but it's green, has some beefed up sort of bumper detailing and things like that. And then the next couple of things are a little bit more YouTube related, as if you haven't been very aware, lots of YouTube merch sort of stuff has actually been popping up in stores recently, with a kids channel actually popping up a while ago. I don't want to name anything, but for lack of a better word, lots of YouTube stuff has been popping up, and I was fortunate enough to get a bunch of the Odd Ones Out stuff. So we have a couple different things here. We have some of the little squishies, which there is that one, and that one, and that one. And then here are the last two, and that one. So there are the 5 that I got. This one, I don't know if it's like special or something, but it's the James, which is the name of the Storytime animator that is called The Odd Ones Out on YouTube. Has some sunglasses on, but it isn't shown on the back of the package, so I'm not really sure. I believe all of these were about $15 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really naming too many prices because I can't really remember. These have actually been just sort of sitting in my closet for a while waiting for me to do this video, but either way, I got a bunch of them and I'm happy to have them. And then moving to some more, well, Odd Ones Out related things, we have 2 different plushies. This is the sort of just normal James plushie. It's just sort of the white bubble character that he has. It's sort of the same style that I based my character off of, and is actually the background and the profile picture for my channel currently. But yeah, so we have that one, and then the one from his Odd Ones Out sort of small series, the Subway series, when he talks about his job at Subway, which should sound familiar to those of you that have gone to that place before. And then we have this one. This is, I believe, the Ploosh Heads, which this is the larger one. I was looking at the tag because there's this one which is actually called the Mini Ploosh Head. So I got the one, the mini one with just the normal sort of smile on it, and then this one is actually from the Subway series once again, which shares the same hat as the actual plushie there. And I'm not sure why I'm throwing everything on the floor, but either way, there is all of the Odd Ones Out stuff that I got, and then I did actually pick up the box because I got all this stuff almost at once and I couldn't carry all of it, so I sort of snatched one of the boxes and was fortunate enough to get a nice condition one to put all of the things in. And then moving on, pushing that stuff out of the way, we have the complete series of LEGO Collectible Minifigures Series 20. And once again, I was fortunate enough to get the box, which is something that I like doing. If you don't know, I have the box for Series 19, and I have the box for the Harry Potter series, the Disney series. I have a lot of these boxes, and I'm glad to pick up the Series 21, but I kept one of the packets, which is opened. I do actually have a sealed character, which I will be using just for the sake of having a sealed one. We've got the sort of pamphlet there, and then we've got a bunch more pamphlets, which, yeah. And then, of course, there in the center, we do have a complete series with all the figures. A review video will actually be coming out on this pretty soon. I'm not really sure when I scheduled it for, but it is a Review Friday episode regardless. And then, yeah, once again, I was lucky enough to get a good condition-ish box. I don't believe it, yeah, it has some small little nicks in the corners, but nothing too bad. And then the last couple of things are Thomas related. Once again, this is just because I like collecting Trackmaster related things. But here we have a very good condition, well, currently sealed Golden Thomas, which I was kind of unsure what this one was named, but this is once again celebrating the 75th sort of anniversary of Thomas and Friends, so it actually has a unique badge right there, which is actually a separate thing. I don't know if you can really see, but it is a separate thing that's put on there. And then this is the Golden Thomas. I will be reviewing this soon. I currently have not recorded it yet, but I want to do that soon, considering that it is such a special product. And then here we have another Hyperglow character, which is a series that I actually don't have much of, other than I believe I actually have the Hyperglow Thomas, but I don't have the Percy, Ashima, or the Nia. But I did find the newest one to the series, if I'm not mistaken. This is the Kevin character, which I really like because his colors are just amazing. There's so much like just random stuff thrown in that I thought looked kind of cool. So I picked that one up, still sealed, and once again, still going to film a review, but I currently haven't. And then I just want to double check by moving some stuff that I haven't missed anything. Yeah, so that is all the stuff from the retail store sort of things, and moving to online shopping. we have a bunch more things related back to YouTube. Now, if you haven't really caught on with the Odd Ones Out stuff, which is all of this stuff that I showed, I am getting into digital animation a bit more. So I have a bunch of stuff over here that is related to digital animation with a plushie right here. This is a plushie from a YouTuber that goes by the name of Young Tales here on YouTube. He is another storytime animator, very similar to that of the Odd Ones Out. So if I can go ahead and get this one open, this did of course come in bags, but due to obviously certain information, I am not going to show those. But anyway, here is the Young Tales plushie. I got this guy when he was announced on one of the videos that Young Tales put out not too long ago, and I was lucky enough to actually pick one up, and I'm very happy because right before that, I actually ended up getting the plushie from the Odd Ones Out, and now I have these guys to like sit next to each other somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, I'm very happy to have both of them, and then moving on, we have a bunch of actual like clothing items, mostly actually for the torso. So we have some sweaters, some shirts, and some other cool things in here. So these first things aren't related to digital animation, rather actually RVing, which if you don't know what that is, it's sort of like taking a camp out, or sort of like a trailer that you go camping in, or something like that. But my grandfather and my grandparents follow a YouTuber that goes by the name of Keep Your Daydream, or KYD for abbreviation, and actually got some of the merch for me, which this is actually a shirt, sort of like a light gray one, which as you can see, of recent dates, this YouTuber actually sort of went to using a very small trailer rather than a big fifth wheel, which is like the one that hitches into like the bed of a pickup truck. But yeah, once again, I'm very happy to get this, and I don't know how much these actually cost because I didn't get them. I got them as a gift. And then once again, from the same YouTuber, we have a hoodie here, which I am very appreciative of because I do like hoodies. They are sort of like a thing that I really do like to wear. And then, yeah, got the same little logo there. It's from the same sort of general date. And then I believe on the back, yeah, we have the larger sort of print right there. And other than that, it's a hoodie, yeah. And then moving to the next thing, this is one that I actually got a while ago, and actually, to a certain extent, actually sort of forgot the design for, but this is related to Hazbin Hotel. So if you don't know, I have watched the Hazbin Hotel series and got a hoodie that was, once again, I watched a video from Vivzy Pop, which is the creator of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss and that whole entire thing, or general area of stuff. And I watched the video that actually was talking about this merch, and I was like, whoa, that's limited edition, gotta pick that up. So much like the Young Tales plushie that I showed a minute ago, the second that I saw this, I was very immediate to go pick it up. So I now have a Alistair hoodie, or actually, rather a jacket, because it actually is a zip-up rather than a hoodie. But anyway, you have the Hazbin Hotel logo right there, a nice print on the back, which I've sort of been showing the whole time, and then some nice print on the arms. As you can see there, if I can actually get those to show nicely, which you can see we've got some little music notes, as well as some other different sort of like demon prints, whatever you like to call them. And anyway, yeah, so there is that. And then the next thing is another shirt. It's another limited edition, same situation. I watched a YouTube video from one of my favorite creators and was very immediate to pick it up. So this is a t-shirt from the YouTube channel that goes by the name of Chipflake. It's a sort of smaller-ish storytime animator, which I really liked this YouTuber because they're very funny in my opinion, and their main character is the Dawn Cat. That is just so cute in my opinion. It's amazing. But anyway, once again, as I said earlier, same situation, watched a YouTube video, saw that this was a limited edition shirt that was not going to be up for too long, and was very immediate to pick it up. So I'm very glad to say that I have a bunch of, well, shirts and things to wear that I usually don't actually pick up because I usually am not very too immediate to get clothes. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and actually move it to some more online shopping things that are actually not related to YouTube stuff in Pacific. But the first thing that I want to show here is actually still related to digital animation, but it actually isn't a piece of merch. It is actually the Huion, if I can find the actual name here, I don't want to say this wrong. This is the Huion H61 Zero Pro version 2. This is a digital art tablet, so if you don't know, this is one of the tools that is very, very recommended and a nice to use when getting into digital animation and just doing digital animation in general, which my mom got this one for me, so shout out to my mom. Thank you much for getting this. But anyway, yeah, so I'm currently working on an animated video, or digital animated video, if you're not familiar with that. If you don't follow my Joel Homie Show Clips channel, I did post my first digital animation, which I did complete not too long ago with this tablet, not too long ago, which I'm really happy to start doing, which I am going to be creating a digital art channel, storytime channel soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'm sure I will actually do a video discussing the topic when I actually do create it, but just wanted to talk a little bit more about that because I'm really, really excited to get into digital animation. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite a while now. And then another quite expensive thing is actually a Apple MacBook Air. So this is a laptop, if you did not get the message there with the little image there on the front with this box. But anyway, I do think I actually did do a video telling the story of how I actually got this not too long ago. It was actually tacked on to the end of a different video. I don't remember what video it was, but I did discuss this. But in case you are unclear or unaware, this was supposed to be my mom's, but she ended up actually getting the 2020 version because she didn't like the silver. And she gave the 2017 MacBook Air that she was supposed to have to me, and this is sort of like a graduation gift because I did graduate middle school not too long ago. And here is the actual laptop there. I do currently have a sort of red case on it. If I can go ahead and actually get this up, you can see that I've already set myself up to a certain extent. If I can go ahead and actually get this out of the way, I was actually editing a couple YouTube videos on it. But yeah, so I've already set myself up. I've gotten quite familiar with the Mac software system. But yeah, considering that I am a Windows user in a very much more amount than actual Mac, it was definitely quite the switch to get used to Mac, as it is a lot different from Windows in many ways. And then moving to the things that I actually got as gifts from my dad from his trip to England. We actually have some very nice things here. I'll show sort of like the least interesting ones first. This is something that I really am sort of not too ecstatic about, but it's still nice to get. This is a sort of watch. I'm not really sure what watch it is. It says it is a crosshatch watch. I'm not sure what model this is or anything like that. Not really too familiar, so I don't know where to look for a sort of actual model name or manufacturer. I presume Crosshatch is actually the manufacturer of the watch, but either way, you got a nice one there. Which the reason that I say I'm not too ecstatic about this is because I currently use a Apple Watch. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, with that being said, the next thing is actually a bit different from a watch. It's actually a keychain, which is representing the steam locomotive, the Flying Scotsman, which is a British steam locomotive, if you are unaware. So in England, there's a very popular steam locomotive that goes by the name of the Flying Scotsman, and there it is there. It's a green steam locomotive, which is actually called the A.3 Class Pacific 60103 Flying Scotsman. And fortunate enough for me, it actually has the class name there on the keychain. But either way, big shout out to my dad. Thank you much for the keychain. I really do appreciate it. And then once again, related back to the Flying Scotsman, it is actually a model here on a sort of, I guess you could call it sort of like a display stand. And I actually ended up getting this because my great-grandfather on my father's side of the family actually passed away not too long ago. And a lot of his stuff did actually make it to me. Well, not a lot of stuff, but when I say a lot, I'm actually referring to this, which in my head is a lot because I've never had something like this. This is a Flying Scotsman model that is just sitting on a sort of wooden stand, and it says LNER, which is actually the livery name, as you can see there on the tender, Flying Scotsman, and it is very nice to get this. It is screwed down to the thing, so fortunately enough, I can't drop this very easily, but I'm very thankful to get this, as it was my great-grandfather's, and it has been passed down to me, which, yeah, so once again, big shout out to my dad. Thank you very much for handing this over to me. I will take very good care of it. Now I've just got to find a spot to put it, because if you are not aware, my room is quite packed. And the last thing for today's video is actually from my stepfather, Steve. I'm not really sure how it made it in the bucket because I didn't think it was too interesting. It's not that I don't like it, it's just not something that is very interesting, but it is actually a sort of handle for holding a camera. So typically you'd actually put one of these loops around a camera, not sure which side, but you could then actually have your camera just sort of dangling from your wrist rather than being able to drop it from holding it in your hand, which I do actually have a Sony NEX F3 in that black bag right there, which is the reason that I actually got this. But with that being said, it was a bit of a longer video today, just a lot of special things that I really wanted to touch a lot more on. So I got a digital art tablet, lots of YouTube merch from both online and at retail stores, bunch of stuff from my great-grandfather, completed another collectible LEGO minifigure series, bunch of cool stuff. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video,